Good morning students and welcome back. Today we will continue learning Political Science lesson number 4, Social and Political Movement. In the previous lecture we have learnt what is movement and why movements are important. And today we will be learning important movements in India. The very first movement we shall learn is a tribal movement. A tribe is a group of people who live and work together in a forest. So in the pre-independence period, the British government deprived tribal people of their rights to livelihood on forest resources. That means before independence, the tribal people used to live in forest and they used to manage their livelihood by using the resources from the forest, that is by hunting animals or by farming. But the Britishers had stopped the tribal people to use forest wealth, due to which tribal people started the tribal movement, demanding the right on forest. There was a tribal uprising in Kollam from Chota Nagpur, Gond from Orissa, Koli, Billa and Ramoshi from Maharashtra, Santal and Munda from Bihar. The main demand of the tribal movement is to accept their right over forest. They should be allowed to collect products of forest and also should have a right to cultivate on forest land. The next we shall see farmers' movement in India. Farmers' movement in India is an important movement. During the British period, farmers started getting organized due to anti-agricultural policies of the British. You must be aware of farmers' movement in Bardoli, Champaranya and movements against revenue collection. The farmers' movement were inspired by the thoughts of Mahatma Phule, Justice Ranade and Mahatma Gandhi. After the Green Revolution, the farmers' movement became more active and effective. Though Green Revolution aimed at increasing agriculture production and achieving self-sufficiency in food grains, it did not benefit the poor farmers. The farmers were now divided into rich farmers and poor farmers. Dissatisfaction among the poor farmers led to the beginning of the farmers' movement. Appropriate price for agriculture products, agriculture to be treated as an industry, implementation of the recommendations of the Swaminathan Commission, debt relief, debt cancellation, national policy for agriculture are some of the important demands of the farmers' movement. Then Shetkari Sangatana, Bharatiya Kisan Union, All India Kisan Sabha are some of the important farmers' organizations in India who work for the farmers' demand and for the farmers' rights. Students, now also you must have heard and seen in the news about the farmers' movement going on in Delhi, Punjab. This agitation is against the government policy which is put up on farmers. So that is also one type of a farmers' movement. Now next we shall learn about the trade union. Now students, here you cancel that trade union and mention it as a labor movement in your textbook. In the later half of the 19th century, textile industry, railways and other industries started in India. After the industrialization, the trade union movement emerged in India. In 1899, railway workers went on strike. Then in 1920, All India Trade Union Congress was established. And after globalization, this movement was affected and slowly disintegrated. Now let's see what are the problems of workers in India. And due to such problems only, the trade union was established, so that for the workers' right, the trade union will work. So unstable employment and no legal protection. So there is no proper fixed job for them. Contract basis pattern is there. Then financial insecurity is there because anytime they can be removed. Then unlimited working hours and health hazards are there, and there is no security at workplace also. So due to such problems only, the trade union was established, and the trade union worked for the workers' rights. Now next we shall see about the women's movement. Women's movement is a broad movement which is the campaigning for the women's liberation, that is for the freedom and rights. The women's movement in the pre-independence period was working for the reforms like it aimed at eliminating injustice against women, to end their exploitation, to help them to lead a respectful life and actively participate in social life, then to end the practice of sati and child marriages, to give permission for widow remarriage, to encourage women education, to give rights to vote to women. Various reformers like Ishwar Chandra Vidyasagar, Raja Ram Mohan Roy, Mahatma Jyotirao Phule, Savitribai Phule, Maharshi Dhondo Keshav Karve, Pandita Ramabai Ranade took initiative in ending the practice of sati and child marriages. Reforms such as widow remarriage, women education, and right to vote to women were possible due to the work of this reformist. After independence, the constitution gave equal rights to women in all the fields. In spite of this, women were not treated equally in several fields. During this period, women's movement aimed at freedom of women. In the later period, women participated to a great extent in the movements against corruption, caste discrimination, and religious extremism, which made them aware of injustice against their own selves. Women started thinking and taking initiative in organizing against injustice. However, women's movement at various levels are taking up the issues like women's health, social security, financial independence, and empowerment. Today, women's movement face the challenges of equal education for women and giving women a status and prestige as human beings. The movement demanded that the women should be treated as human beings. Now let's study about the environment movement. It includes conservation of environment. Now some of the powerful movements like Chipko movement of 1973 and Jangal Bachao Andolan of 1980, these are the movements related to the environment. So such movement is called environment movement. Environmental degradation, this is due to the depletion of the resources, that is air, water and soil. So protecting environment is not only the problem of India, but it is all over the world. At the international level, several movements are working to save the environment. In India, many movements are working on different aspects of environment. The environment movements are taking up issues like protection of biodiversity. Biodiversity means variety of plants and animals. So we need to protect all the species, that is varieties of plants and animal life of the world. Then protecting different sources of water, that is protecting lakes, rivers, groundwater, etc. Green belt. A green belt is an area of land with fields or parks around the city or town where people are not allowed to build houses or industries by law. So this helps to protect the agricultural land. Pollution of rivers. So we need to stop polluting rivers. So movement takes place to stop the pollution of rivers. Next is about use of chemical and their ill effects. Use of chemical pesticides affects our health and environment. So we need to do movements for protecting the environment. Next is protection of forest. So we need to protect forest, and so this will help to save our environment. Even government is also implementing various laws to stop the pollution of rivers and to save the environment. Now let us learn about the great environmentalist and conservationist Dr. Rajendra Singh Rana. Dr. Rajendra Singh Rana is also called as the Waterman of India. He belongs to a place from Halwar district of Rajasthan. He became famous because of building thousands of johards in Rajasthan. So let us understand first what is the meaning of johad. Johad is also known as poker or a percolation pond. It is a traditional harvested rainwater storage wetland, and it is used for harnessing water resources, that is rainwater, stored into the tanks. These are so revival rivers. So Dr. Rajendra Singh Rana revived rivers in the desert of Rajasthan. He formed an organization called Tarun Bharat Sangh, which worked for building 11,000 johards in hundreds of villages. All over India, he started a campaign for water conservation, revival of rivers, forest conservation, and wildlife conservation. His social movement is active for last 31 years. He won the Stockholm Water Prize, an award known as the Nobel Prize for Water. Now last we shall learn about the consumer movement. Consumer movement is an effort to promote consumers' protection through an organized social movement. Consumer means the one who purchases goods and services for personal use. So we all are the consumers because we keep purchasing various products. Consumer movement emerged in India after the Consumer Protection Act came into existence in the year 1986. Due to the changing nature of social and economic system, consumers face different problems. Problems like adulteration. Adulteration means changing the product quality by adding some material and making it impure. For example, butter is diluted by cheaper oil, or food grains are mixed of lower quality and sold. So these are the few examples of cheating the people. Increased cost of items, frauds in weights and measures are also some of the problems that consumer faces. So the consumer movement works to protect consumers from such types of frauds. The movements increase the participation of people in public life. The post-1980 movements are called neo-social movements. Now, what is neo-social movements? That is new movements. Earlier, the movements were for the fight for the countries, for the independence of the country. But now the movements are for the protection of environment, for the rights of the people. So that is a new movement what has taken place which started after 1980. These movements are issue-based. It means they try to organize issue-based mass movements. Movements arise out of public issues which can be social, political, economic, and religious. So, to protect the rights of the citizens, like voting rights, freedom, that is a political movement. Movements are organized to raise voice against injustice done to a particular region or about the language or for issues like cleanliness or movements for the development like Green Revolution and White Revolution. These movements have faith in democratic values like equality and brotherhood and humanity. So students, here we finished the 4th lesson and all the political science 4 lessons are completed now. So learn all these 4 lessons very thoroughly to score the good marks in the exam. And once again go through the lesson and read it properly. Goodbye and take care.